Hey there everyone, all the techies and data enthusiasts there. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, in today's video, we are going to discuss about AI hallucinations. So what actually is hallucination? So you might have observed in chat GPT or any chat models when you're working on it, not only the one which you are normally chatting, the ones when you're trying to fine tune or if you're trying to use RAG as well, sometimes you will observe that the model is repeatedly trying to answer the same question and it is not that level of optimized. So even previously when the ChatGPT first version was released, if you observe there, it used to hallucinate a lot. When you ask a question, so the model used to hallucinate like continuously answer the same thing in an endless loop until you stop or until you terminate that particular chat. So it used to continuously happen that. Now they have optimized it and there are different RAG techniques and different fine tuning techniques later which came into existence, because of which the model performance has definitely increased. But now in today's video, we will discuss about what is hallucination, an important concept which every AI engineer or the person who is learning data science or AI should definitely know. When they are working with an AI models, they should definitely know why hallucination happens and how can you overcome it and what are the solutions to overcome this particular hallucination, and the tricks, specifically what all the tricks you can follow to actually make your model not to hallucinate. So we will discuss in detail in this particular video. So this video is definitely going to be a very interesting. So guys, make sure to subscribe the channel and do share this video with your friends, those who are learning data science and AI. So guys, now let's get started. So guys, what actually is AI hallucination? Hallucination is nothing but what AI doesn't understand. Let us take an example. Like if you are when you're in a kid, you might have observed this particular use case normally. So if your parents, if they are telling you to buy something from a shop, and if you go there, there are different types of pulses and there are different types of vegetables. Sometimes you get confused what did your mom tell actually to buy. So did you guys ever felt that? I used to feel this sometimes in my childhood when I used to go to the shop. So this particular product, how much should I buy, and the other product, so they used to tell 2 to 3 products at a time. So which product should buy in how much of quantity, that I used to either get confused, or sometimes I used to even get confused with the product name itself. So which product I was thinking to buy, and I'll bring some other product instead of that. That used to happen to me when I was in my childhood, because it was my learning stage. I'm not that familiar with those particular products and my brain doesn't understand that clearly. So what was that? And I was trying to learn it slowly. I used to adapt to it. I used to fine tune to myself and learn it. That is what not only me, everyone does in their day-to-day life, from childhood to when they grow to age, like a major age. So that happens normally. They slowly, step by step, understand, fine tune their brain, adapt themselves and understand the things. The same goes here. So AI hallucinations happens when the model, so the obviously the AI model is trained on the data which is created by humans. So what is not there in that particular model, or the model doesn't have that particular topic or concept, if you try to ask that to that particular model, then the model will definitely hallucinate. That is what is called hallucination. Okay, so guys, now let us see, let me move forward. So I have a famous quote here and a small kind of solution as well. So let me just tell you here. Humans have both a conscious and unconscious mind, shaping our thoughts and decisions. Generative AI, on the other hand, is built upon data created by humans. But if AI simply amplifies these patterns through algorithm trained on them, how can we truly trust its output? So this is actually my question. Obviously, the AI models which you are seeing right now is trained on the data which we humans have created. So the data, huge amount of data which we were working on, and the huge amount of data stored in our servers, using that we have created this particular models. So how can we trust this particular model? So sometimes our own data, there might be so many mistakes. If you have observed, when you are working with a simple machine learning or a deep learning model, the data, it's a real world data only. You will get those data from, and might be in a CSV file or anywhere. So when you are analyzing it, when you are performing EDA and feature engineering, obviously data scientists and data analysts know this very well. When they are pre-processing the data and finding the null values, duplicate values, and trying to understand the patterns in between them, so they struggle a lot. We struggle actually a lot to find that and find the correlation and analyze and create a proper report. That is normally the work of a data analyst. The same way, those data which we are seeing is only not that clear and have lot of flaws and lot of missing values, and you can say not that accurate data, then how can you trust an AI model which is built on these particular data which we gave it to it or which we created it? So if a AI learns from human data, does it means it could also inherit bias and flaws? Obviously. So that is what I am trying to actually tell you all. Like the data which is being created by us or which we have got from the entire world. So some companies having a business use case, so they are collecting the lots and lots of data. But how can you trust that data? That data cannot be 100% right? Sometimes the people will wantedly create a fake IDs. For example, if you take there used to be some applications where only a limited free tier used to be provided. Some students out there, what students or people who are learning, what they used to do, so we normally what we do, we try to figure out a kind of jugaad in a sense, a way to use those free services continuously without any interruption. So what we do, either we go to some free mail providers and we try to create multiple mail IDs and log in with those multiple mail IDs and use the free tier. Once free tier is done, we will discard that mail. So this temp mail, we say there is a website called temp mail. So these kind of things do have its existence, and that even happens. So some students who cannot afford the particular thing or who cannot afford the premium prices, they do this. Obviously that is called jugad, what we normally do. So the same way, how can you trust the 100% data? So when he is creating his account, obviously the data will be stored in the server. So how can you 100% trust that this data is original and the model can 100% understand it? We humans itself, when we have that particular data and we are trying to pre-process, fine-tune and create patterns out of it as a data scientist and data analyst, we undergo many steps and many times we have to figure out the way to make it work. Sometimes you stuck in a particular problem and again you build the thing from scratch. This happens multiple times. When we only have that much of bias and we make so many flaws when we are creating a particular model, whether it can be machine learning or a deep learning model, how can you trust that an response given by an AI model can 100% be accurate? So this actually happened in many companies as well, and even in some of the companies. And one of my friend whom I know, what he does, he 100% trust on ChatGPT itself. Whatever code gives ChatGPT, that's 100% correct. So these AI models are not 100% accurate actually. To actually see what results it is given, that is how extent it is correct, or whether it's trying to hallucinate, or whether it is trying to dream. Why I am telling it can also dream, I'll tell you in the next slides. You will see what it's actually happening. So now let's move forward from this slide so that I can explain better. If we sit here, I'll continuously keep talking on this particular slide only. So let's move forward. I'll explain what actually it is. So the hidden flaws of AI and why it matters. So, AI, which is nothing but artificial intelligence, has revolutionized numerous industries and aspects of life, from healthcare and finance to communication and decision making. 100%, that is fact. I am very grateful to be an AI engineer, and I'm happy to see such a great innovations happening in my field, and it's a continuously growing field. I do appreciate it, but hallucinations matter a lot. For example, now let me give you a great example. Actually, before ChatGPT and after ChatGPT, the era has become like this in software field. So how we tell before BC and AC, right? Before Christ and after Christ. The same way, like coding or the software industry, how it became as before ChatGPT and after ChatGPT. Here also same BC and AC. So before ChatGPT, if you want to build a product, it used to take a months of time, research. If any errors, you used to like bang your heads, search for Stack Overflow, find the solutions. Then again, you used to put up your mind there, figure out the logic, and then write it. Now, once the chat GPT came into existence, just ask a question. You don't even need Stack Overflow now. In a sense, I cannot 100% tell you, but some cases where even chat GPT makes an error, you require Stack Overflow there to search and you have to figure it out. But now how it happens, so just search a question, immediately you will get an answer from chat GPT. But the problem here is, previously when you used to create a product before ChatGPT, I'm talking, it used to take months, for between 5 to 6 months. But whatever product you have created, there what it happens, your 80% of time goes on creation and 20% of time and testing and debugging the flaws or the errors which you are getting. But after ChatGPT, what it happened? So your 80% time is on debugging, only 20% time is on creation, product creation. Like just ask the question, ChatGPT gives you the code, start to write it, put it, experiment it. So you get the actually you get a kind of template ready. So the code template or boiler code ready, boiler codes are ready. Then you start to actually debug it, you start to fix the issues, continuous error fixings will be there, and sometimes the code doesn't support and you try to fight with ChatGPT on that. So not only ChatGPT, even Perplexity, Cloud, all the AI models, this happens. Even this, I do this as well. So even I do this, entire team, I guess most of the AI engineers and data scientists, even software engineers does the same thing. They fight with ChatGPT, they ask for the answer. So some of them even talk to it as rudely, like as if it's your servant. But yeah, that is fact actually. So here is an examples actually why the hidden flaws matters. Google Bard's, so obviously no, Bard is not there, they have closed it. This is just an example. Spacing mistake claim that James Webb Telescope took the first exponent image. It didn't. Actually, this particular sentence, if you see, there is a spacing mistake which the AI didn't figure out. That's what we are trying to tell here. Example 2, fake legal cases in ChatGPT. A lawyer used ChatGPT to find legal cases and the AI invented them. He got fined for using fake cases in the court. So this example, what happened? Like a lawyer was trying to find a simple legal cases out from using ChatGPT. What ChatGPT did here, it showed its creativity, and with that creativity, it created an imagination, or you can say like a frictional cases, because of which when the court got to know, and the lawyer, see the lawyer's brain here, he 100% trusted ChatGPT. He didn't even check the cases whether it is an frictional or it might be a original cases, or what is the scenario. Because of that, he got even fined for creating a fake court cases. So even ChatGPT or any AI model, even they can dream, they can be in a friction, and they can give you imaginary answers, not an 100% accurate answers. AI trading mistakes. Example 3. So AI in finance made up patents and caused $1 million loss. So obviously right now I don't know about others, but yeah, even sometimes I do this. I go to Gemini and I ask for the model, like what is the stock price prediction for the day. Sometimes the model tells no, I cannot tell you, but sometimes it do tells you like today this particular things came on news and this particular stocks might go up, but 100% that is not right. So sometimes you cannot bet your entire money depending on an AI model, because these are black box models. What internally happens and how they are getting this particular outputs, that no one knows, including the model which is creating, even it doesn't know what is internally happening with it. So whatever outputs it is giving, so based on that you have to analyze again. That is what you need to do here. If you bet on that particular model's output prediction, you will lose your entire money. That is what I'm trying to tell you. And obviously I search in Gemini when I get the stock price predictions, not predictions, like stock recommendations, I go back to my grow and I start to check there actually. So will this rise today? And I wait for at least 1 to 1.5 hours. Then I research it properly. So whether it is going on and what are the news is on it. Based on the news what we got, then I check. And if it's truly worthy, then I invest on that particular stock, or else I don't. That's what happens. And even if some stock is going on loss, for example, now ITC is going on loss. So I have ITC shares, I'm holding it obviously. When I checked for the news, like I asked Gemini directly, because we are obviously lazy right now to go Google out, search the news and find out. So I directly asked Gemini, why day by day the ITC stock is falling? So the answer I got the answer actually what was the issue. The answer was ITC has demerged its ITC hotels, and there was some restrictions on the tobacco industry, and the consumption is very low. Because of that, the ITC stock is going down. I bet on ITC mainly because I observed from past 2 to 3 years, whenever I observe when the entire market is down, it is going to crash. ITC used to always be in profits. So based on that, I actually invested on ITC and some research I did. The same way, you cannot 100% bet on an AI model for trading or specifically when it comes to finance related tasks. You have to actually have a human in loop, and even they should research and confirm that. AI can assist you, but you cannot 100% depend on it. Okay. I hope this is actually interesting. So guys, let's move forward. Hidden flaws of AI. Bias in AI system. So data bias might be the model which is trained, like take example of ChatGPT only. Might be ChatGPT has been trained on more biased data set. So sometimes if you try to ask the question to it, you get an unfair results. And even historical data, I remember one incident, like might be 1 year or 1.5 year back, I guess, from today. So there was Gemini. So Gemini was newly launched at that particular time. Yeah, their image gen capabilities was released to Gemini. So then people started to generate images on Indian historical images. So at that time, Gemini used to create some wrong and flawful images, because of which later Google have even temporarily shut down their image gen AI for that particular time period. That is because the model was 100%, or you can say the model was more trained on biased data set, because of which it was generating an unfair images or a kind of misguiding images about Indian historical Indian history. So because of which even Google took the action immediately and they have disabled it. The same way, if the model is trained more on biased data sets, you can expect more on negative results only, not the positive results. Sometimes even the algorithm might be biased. So the design of AI model can prioritize efficiency over fairness, resulting to biased outcome. The UK's Department of Work and Pensions faced issue with the AI system disappropriately flagging individuals based on age, disability, marital status, and nationality. This means that like algorithm also sometimes might be biased. So obviously we humans, when we have a negative thoughts, like we have our own friends, sometimes we say this guy is not good. In front of him we don't say, but two other friends will be there, they will start to discuss actually, no, that guy is not good, he's we should not roam with him, like a kind of, I'm just giving you an example that actually happens on the college days. So the similar way, even the model which we are building, we are actually training it, we are trying to give it human like intelligence. Obviously the model can take its self decision, so it can also behave negatively, or it can also behave biased towards something, whether it can be like it might think this particular age period, so we might have written a particular flag, or we might have written some particular rule based conditions as well. The people who are above 75 are considered as disabled, so you have to provide them. Might be the model might think that okay, the people who are above 75 of age, let us provide them the pension. But instead of like it is trained more on men's data compared to women's data, so sometimes what it happens, it might continuously reject the women who are capable for pension, but it might reject them by because of that biasness. So that might be one example. After that, lack of human process. Over reliance on AI without oversights can premature the biased decision making. So human process must definitely be there, or human in loop is definitely should be there. Robots cannot self take the decisions, and 100% it cannot be accurate. So we have to be there, we have to control it or coordinate the responses. Then only, if we are not in the loop, then these AI models cannot work properly. That you everyone should remember actually. So those who are telling that our jobs will be gone, no, here actually your jobs are getting created. There is even a role called I guess for human in loop only there was a role which I don't remember. The work of that particular person is only to check the outputs or the responses of an AI model, and if it is making errors, so you need to correct it, correct the model, you have to retrain the model properly. That is actually his work. I don't remember the role actually right now, but I heard it somewhere. Lack of transparency. AI systems, especially those using machine learning algorithms, can be unexplainable or keep secret, might be difficult to identify the bias or fault results. The lack of transparency complicates oversights and accountability, as seen in the use of algorithm and US courts for determining bail and sentencing. So yeah, as I told you all, these particular models or the transformer is only actually a black box model. So what is transformers? I hope you all already know this. Those who don't know, there is a complete playlist on transformers in my YouTube channel. Please check out and you can learn completely about transformers. Transformers is the base of this particular entire AI models. Without transformers, you don't have ChatGPT, Gemini, or no any other models. Transformers was released by Google, which was the company which open sourced the paper called Attention is All You Need. Without Google, you can say right now everyone are trolling the Google, right? Even Gemini, that it is somewhere at behind, somewhere behind compared to in the AI race, because Google is trying to do something great, which I believe, because Transformers was initially introduced by Google itself. Without this particular invention, there were no this kind of ChatGPT company or ChatGPT models, Gemini, and no latest AI startups as well, including my company Apex IQ. So what we are building right now is also completely depending on transformers only. All the LLMs are also dependent on transformers only. Without Google's attention is all you need invention, all these models and this level of growth in AI would be impossible. But they are doing something really great and they are trying to come out ethically. That is what I feel, and I definitely believe that Google is going to release something great very soon. Gemini is obviously great, but more advanced level, something very creative innovation they are trying to create. I believe that is going to be very out very soon. Let us wait for it. Privacy issues. AI often relies on vast amount of personal data, raising concerns about privacy and constraints. For instance, AI model like Lena uses data from internet searches on social media without explicit consent. Obviously, after the introduction or after the AI into our particular lives, there is no privacy at all, to say frankly. Whatever you are searching, whatever you are writing, take example of Google Copilot, I mean GitHub Copilot or Microsoft Copilot or any Copilot tools which you are using, including ChatGPT, whatever question you are asking and answers generated to it, how it is generating accurately, because it is continuously training on the data which you are providing to it. The more questions you are asking, you are training the model more better. We all are actually training these particular models to next level. We are taking it to next level. The main problem here is, you take your example of your GitHub Copilot or any code editors, including ChatGPT. If you have it, AI compiled VS Code, you can integrate in VS Code, GitHub Copilot, or even Cursor AI tool. Whatever questions you are asking, it should read, it should understand the code properly. Then only it can give you the perfect output, right? That means it is remembering, or it is trying to fine tune itself, it is trying to understand the code properly, and it is adapting itself. This means that somewhere the model is saving your data, right? So where is the privacy? Where is the product with whatever you have developed, the entire code AI knows actually? Then where is the privacy? So only, if you see, still the big tech companies prefer not to use AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, or anything. They will not allow you to use this particular code. Still, they are using Stack Overflow and any other particular tools which are available, and taking code from there and writing. They will never allow their internal codes to be read or understood by these particular models. That level of privacy is still there in many companies. Okay, so this happens actually. So privacy issues. So the more model learns on your data, then the, what you can say, it can provide better results, but there is no privacy. All whatever work you are doing, everything the model knows actually. Remember this. These are some of the hidden flaws in AI, and because of which the hallucination also will happen. We will discuss that going forward. Why does this happen? AI doesn't know facts. It predicts word based on probabilities. So whatever probabilities it is having based on the question, it predicts on that. It doesn't have a brain to think, or to, like, what you say, like how we humans think, like should we talk to that particular person, how should we talk, and whether we can say this particular word or a sentence. If we say, what will be the next consequences? We try to analyze all this before we say something to anyone. But this chat gpt or any AI models you take, you ask the question, immediately it responds with an answer. It doesn't care about the emotions and any next consequences. It only cares about the probability. What probability is this particular answer right, and it immediately sends it out. Lack of real world understanding, biased training data, and overfitting. So the models are mostly trained on biased data, and overfitting is definitely there, because of which lack of understanding on the real world use cases are there. Obviously, all these AI models, if you take, whether it can be Meta's Llama model, Mixtral, ChatGPT, anything, let it to be, these are mainly trained on Wikipedia datasets, book datasets, and some story books, frictional anime books, and manga character books. So all these kind of books they provide to it, and based on that it has been trained. Books in essence, the PDF, soft copies, whatever is there, these data they provide and they train it. Obviously, you cannot provide your company's accounts, expenses, income and expenses, and you cannot train this particular model, right? Who, if this company's come and ask you, please provide the expenses trackers, will you provide? No, right? Or if they go to banks and say that provide us your personal users personal data, so that we can train and we can provide you a human like a banking assistant, will they provide? Obviously no, they will not. If they provide, then that bank will be closed within next 24 hours, because human privacy matters here. Everyone's privacy matters here, which is obviously right now slowly going. There is no privacy right now because of this co-pilot and everything. But because of not providing these kind of data, whatever data is being created and trained, those all are mostly synthetical data and assumption based data. That is the reason you will see more biased in the outputs. Decoding techniques like high temperature setting can make AI more creative, but also more prone to hallucinations. So if you are working with RAG or fine tuning, you might have observed that the model should answer in specific temperature. So there is a variable called temperature for retrieval QA, or for fine tuning. When you're fine tuning as well, when you're trying to print the output, you say the model to answer between 0 to like 9, 0.9 is the temperature. So where you give to, you tell the model to answer based on the temperature. In essence, 0 to 3, don't try to be more, or don't try to act more over smart. Just answer whatever you have with you based on the proofs. 3 to 7, the model will try to use its intelligence and try to answer you based on the information it has as well. It will try to make the answer more creative. 7 to 9, The model is over smart. It doesn't care about what is the question, and it tries to answer based on the question. It becomes more creative and it tries to answer something next level, because of which it itself faces the consequences, or it itself starts to hallucinate, which it like some topic it doesn't know, and if you try to ask it, the model becomes more over creative and try to make up some imaginary answers. That is an hallucination. So these are the things which it happens, that mainly why hallucination happens. These are the three factors actually. After this, why does AI hallucinate? So here are some of the break like examples which I have given. AI learns from imperfect data. AI is trained on human created data, and if the data has errors, AI observe those errors. Like Wikipedia has a mistake, AI might repeat it. Obviously, if you go and ask Gemini now also, I still remember who is president of, no, not president. Actually, I still remember I created a video previously on Google's responses, not Gemini. Normally, Google, if you search something, Google will give you some analyzed, summarized answers at the up, right? So for that, there was a question: fruits that start with no, vegetables starts with I guess, so it start to say tomatum, onionum, potassium. So that answer, that video I actually made as well previously, a very funny video, that one which I made. Please go and check it out. I'll provide you the video link in this video description. You will feel it entertain, and more same time you will enjoy actually, and you will learn a lot about the mistakes what AI is making. Reason 2, AI tries to fill the gaps. If it doesn't know the right answer, it won't admit that it is right. It will try to imagine and create its own answer. For example, Elon Musk won Nobel Prize in physics, which never happened. Did it happen? No, right? So it might answer the answer like this. When you ask who did Elon Musk won Nobel Prize in physics, then what the model will do, it will start to think, and it will see it doesn't have answer on it. It will think, okay, whatever happens, let me give you that Elon Musk won Nobel Prize in physics. So it start to hallucinate there. Okay, this is one of the main reason. It directly doesn't tell, no, I don't have that particular information, I cannot provide you. It will not tell you. It will 100% try to answer whether, like how it happens, like those who are giving interviews, they know this very well. People will say whatever it happens, whether the answer is right or wrong, but in interview don't be quiet, try to answer something. The same thing happens here. The model doesn't care what is the outcome, it will definitely answer whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't care. Overfitting and bias. AI models can overlearn patterns and see connections that doesn't exist, like seeing shapes in the cloud. So model tries to overlearn, and if you ask it to give shapes or like a star shape of cloud, it will provide you. Does the star shape cloud exist? No, right? The same thing happens here. So it tries to overlearn and tries to act over smart. That is why the model does hallucinate. Can we trust AI? This is one of the, what you say, important question, and everyone is having this question in this entire world. 50% people have this question: can we trust AI or not? So answer to this: how to reduce AI hallucinations. So solution is this one only: try to reduce the hallucinations, then you get the proper output. Use RAG, retrieval augmented generation. Those who know coding very well, AI can pull real-time facts from the internet instead of making up things. So use RAG. Obviously nowadays, like Perplexity has its deep search, and even ChatGPT introduced deep search, where it is directly taking the output from the Google itself, or searching from the search engines, and it's trying to provide the answer. That's really great enough. You can check it out now. RAG though, yeah, you require, but it's not 100% recommended. Those who don't know coding, that's okay. You can use Perplexity deep search. Facts checking with search engine. AI models are being connected to Google search, Wikipedia and databases to verify response. So you have to check the facts. Whatever the model gives you output, don't blindly go on with that particular output. You have to actually analyze. For example, if you are think you are a coder itself. Like you are going to write code on Django. It doesn't mean that you ask question to it, okay, right now I want to connect my Django with PostgreSQL. The model gives you a code and immediately it doesn't make sense that you copy the code, paste it here, run over. You have to actually go through the line by line code and see if anywhere it is making mistake. If it is making mistake, repeat the question to it. Why are you giving this particular point here? You are not using it here, then why are you giving it here? So if you try to ask it, then it will check and it will cross check and it will provide you the correct answer. That is one way where you have to first know the concept clearly, then only you will be able to correct the model. Without knowing concept, don't directly copy the code and paste it here. While you are in learning phase, it's fine, but when you try to do this for production, if any small mistake, the entire server crash. Okay. Confidence score in AI answers. Future of AI could go confidence level, sorry guys, confidence score to AI answers. Future AI could give confidence level of its answer, like I am 70% assured about this. So yeah, that is also one of the way to check the answer whether it's been hallucinated or not. So if you ask who is Aladdin, so then the model should start to answer. For example, it should say that the mod Aladdin is a fictional character from Arabian Nights or a particular book. I don't remember the book actually, but it's Aladdin story. Yeah, even I know. So if it gives you that answer, you have to ask it, how sure are you this is truth? How sure are you that this particular person is from this particular character only? Can you give it in percentage? And if you have referred from particular sources, can you tell me the source name? You have to ask these kind of questions to evaluate the answer. If you don't evaluate the answer, you will get the wrong answers only. Okay. Might be like instead of giving the right answer, it might give who is Aladdin. Aladdin is a tea seller, or else is a chef in like a person, a chef in a particular hotel. It can be Marriott. It is a hotel, is a chef in Marriott hotel. So will you directly write the answer on your wherever you want to write? No, right? So you have to ask the model again. Is it true? Is he really a chef? Then the model will check and it will say no, it's not true. Then he is a character in this particular fictional anime or fictional Arabian Nights book or something. Training AI to say I don't know. This is one of the important tasks which many companies are lacking behind. Like not 100%, but some questions when you ask, they try to say it. It tries to make up the answer, but for multiple questions, I even myself have observed this. If it doesn't know, if that particular concept doesn't even exist in this world, also the model will show its creativity and try to generate an answer which is not allowed, actually, which is not right way. You should actually train the model to say I don't know. We should tell the model, if you know answer, just show me the answer. If you don't know, don't try to show your creativity here. Just tell I don't know. Admit that you don't know. Then it will start to tell you the truth. If it doesn't know, it will directly tell you, yeah, I don't know this particular answer. So you have to train the model on this. These are the four main important things which you need to remember. That is either using RAG, or you can use Perplexity Deep Search or ChatGPT Deep Search to get the perfect answers. Two, checking facts on search engine itself. Whatever you get, don't try to directly copy that and go and paste it. Check with the Google search whether that particular thing is true. Compare it. Compare with different AI LLM models as well. Sometimes ChatGPT might give you wrong answer which Perplexity might correct. So cross check them. Confidence. This third point is must and should. Confidence, which is important. So if the model is providing you some answer, make sure how confident are you. So make sure you ask the question to the model and get the confidence of it. Then you will get the perfect answers. Train the model. This is also important topic. Okay, important concept which you should know. If the model doesn't know anything, train the model to say I don't know. Then only it can admit the mistake and it can say I don't know if it doesn't know any information. Okay, so this is how you can So finally, we are at the end. Here is a small interesting quote. So next time when AI gives you an answer, ask yourself if it's fact or friction, because even AI can dream up the things that doesn't exist. This is what I was trying to tell you, and dream I do certainly mean this only. How we dream in our nights when we sleep, the same way even the chat gpt models, they are daydreaming. They are directly dreaming. Whenever you ask questions, they dream and they try to create a frictional stories out. Actually, they can be a great directors not sorry, story writers. Whatever question you ask, based on your questions, it can create a excellent imaginary stories. So guys, I hope this particular video is actually interesting to you all, and do like, share and subscribe the channel and share this video with your friends. So if you like this particular video, right, make sure you post this video on LinkedIn. I will definitely respond to your posts. Let us all be as a community and help each other. If you have any doubts, personally reach out to me on LinkedIn link in this video description. So guys, meet you all on my next video. Bye bye.